Welcome to Category 5 Technology TV. It's episode 503 for Wednesday, the 10th of May, 2017. Great to see you. Tonight, we are going to be looking at your web sessions. We're going to learn how we can kind of get a glimpse at what is happening on our website. It's a great way for us to kind of find out if there are things with our user experience that need to be corrected. It helps us to see what the experience is like for the users on our websites. So if you're a web developer, if you've got a blog, if you've got a website, if you're a business that has a website and you want to know how does this feel for our users, well, stick around. You're going to learn a free tool that's going to help you to do just that. Over in the newsroom, Sasha and I, what have you got for us?
Well, here's what's coming up in the Category 5.tv newsroom. Based on a new proposal, drone pilots in the EU now have to register for all drones over 9 ounces. Another use for 3D printers at home as a university student prints his way to a better smile. Binaural 3D sound will make the new Doctor Who episodes terrifying. An amazing step in bionic hands has been announced. And a new camera developed in Sweden is faster than any photography gear on the planet. Stick around, the full details are coming up later in the show.
This is Category 5 Technology TV.
Our live recordings are trusted only to solid-state drives by Kingston Technology. Revive your computer with improved performance and reliability over traditional hard drives with Kingston SSDs.
Category 5.tv is a member of the Tech Podcast Network. If it's tech, it's here. cat5.tv/TPN and the International Association of Internet Broadcasters. cat5.tv/IAIB.
Welcome to everyone who is joining us live, and if you're watching this on demand, hello to you. My name is Robbie, and to my right, your left, is Sasha Dermatis.
Hello.
Over here is Henry Baillie-Brown.
Hello.
They call this the Dream Team.
Yippee.
We're going to have some fun tonight.
Yay.
Before we get into it, just a little bit of house cleaning, if you will. It's been a really expensive week here at Category 5.
Yay.
Yay! Fantastic. So we're all volunteers, folks. So if you're not familiar with the show or if you're new here, we don't take a paycheck or anything like that. We do try to keep the bills paid. And when the bills can't be paid, we'll come out of my pocket or whatever else needs to be done. Or we'll sell some services or something like that to try to make good. Last week, you remember on the show, it actually seemed a little dark in here, didn't it? So we took a look at some of the lights, and this is why I've got this here. So these are the soft boxes that we use, and they basically make sure that we're well illuminated. And the light bulbs that are in there are about $45 a piece. And if we just kind of open this up, we can get a look at what this looks like to us.
Oh, I've never seen the inside.
Yeah. So they're about $45 a piece, and a bunch of them have been burning out just from old age. So I bought 4 of them.
Right.
So they look like this.
Almost
yeah. The reason that they're unique, couple reasons, of course, but these are 5,500 Kelvin, so they are sunlight balanced so that the cameras see natural tones and things like that. It looks nicer on camera.
Right.
You have to have good lighting, otherwise it's going to be either green tinged or yellow tinged or something like that. It may look like a standard kind of bulb, if you can see that in the picture, but I'll show you the difference here. Not a standard bulb, but one of those fluorescent bulbs that you can buy for home. But you'll notice the box is quite a bit longer and looks like that
so
bad
cool.
boy.
Supersized.
It's a monster.
It is. So these are the bulbs that we use here, and we've got, as you could see, 5 bulbs in each of these fixtures. So only 2 of them are still working. So I bought 4 because that's what our budget allowed this week. And, so that's just something that is an expense here at Category 5 beyond paying the rent and paying for our internet and everything like that. So then, having ordered those, and, that's cool. It needs to be done. It's just one of those expenses of running a show. This is completely unrelated to Category 5, but just to compound expenses in my week.
Right.
Want to know what happened?
Yes, what happened?
Feel nervous now.
Yeah, be nervous. Be nervous. We were driving in town here in Barrie and going, thankfully, up a hill and approaching a stop sign. And I went to put on the brakes to get to the stop sign, and the brakes completely went out on my van.
Oh my God.
So I assume, it's an old van. The pipe, I don't know, Talk to me about
think it's-
computers. I'll tell you all about them. But there's some kind of pipe or something that holds
Has
some
the
kind of
brake
fluid.
juice, the brake blood.
Yeah,
Hydraulics.
brake blood, and it sprung a leak and decided that my brakes were not going to work anymore. So thankfully, again, we're going up a hill.
Yeah.
How fortunate was that? And I was able to roll to a safe stop and pull over to the side of the road. So since then, we've had it towed to the wrecker, and I've had to buy a van. So that's me personally. Nothing
Right.
to do with Category 5.
Right. Just
Life expenses, right?
More money,
so
more
you know, and
problems.
we're, as I said, we're all volunteers here. And then
there's an
next
end
up, okay, now this is back to
There's
Category
more.
5. Yeah, so Category 5 Technology TV is our show. Category 5, the TV network, we do a lot of broadcasts. We've got 6
Right.
shows that happen every week. And I was producing New Every Day last night. Every Tuesday night is our night to put together New Every Day. It broadcasts on Fridays. And noticed things were running a little bit slow, so decided to check on the state of our server, see if it was doing a parity check. Because sometimes if things are really slow, I can stop the parity check and run it manually later. Because I'm trying to work with HD video, and so it was really brutal.
Yeah.
Logged into the server and saw that our 1.5 terabyte hard drive, one of the 9 drives in the array, had completely failed. It's okay because we've got a parity drive that keeps things running, and also when I replace the 1.5 terabyte drive that failed, it will rebuild from parity. So no problem there.
Right.
So I ordered I actually ordered a 3 terabyte drive to replace the 1.5 terabyte drive. It'll give us a bit more space
Nice.
going
Good.
forward, and it was the best price point. So that's just another expense, and you know, we take that here at the studio and realize that that's a needed expense. So I placed that order and then continued working on New Every Day and checked on the status of things again, and then I got a smart error on the parity drive.
What is a smart error?
A smart error is an alert to tell me that a second drive in the server is about to fail.
Ooh. Okay.
Hasn't failed yet, thankfully, because that would result in data loss. 1.5 terabytes of it.
It's a lot.
Yeah. So we only have single drive fault tolerance, and that parity drive is going as well. It's a 4 terabyte parity drive.
Right.
So the same night that I
Just
ordered
pressure.
the 3 terabyte drive to replace the failed drive, I also had to order a 4 terabyte parity drive. So now, from a technical perspective, not talking about money now from a technical perspective, we've got to hope and pray that when I get the new drive, the 3 terabyte that should arrive tomorrow, because I got priority shipping, and
Awesome.
I hope that that parity drive doesn't fail, because if it does, then we will have a data loss situation. Fortunately, I do keep backups. However, I have no way to know what was on the 1.5 terabyte drive, because it's an array of 9 drives.
Exactly.
It spans all those drives, so who knows what's on it. So that's what I'm dealing with this week, and all this kind of stuff, and then the expenses of it. So all that to say, as a volunteer organization here at Category 5, and the whole network is a volunteer organization, everyone that you see on the show is just doing this out of the love of making free, family-friendly broadcasts available to you. We appreciate everyone who uses our affiliate links, our partner links as we call them. If you go on our website, category5.tv, and click on Support Us, you'll see Shop with our partners. And it's a really neat way to support us, because you're going to go on Amazon anyways. You're going to go to eBay and things like that. So by going through our website, a percentage of that sale, it doesn't affect the price for you. It still costs exactly the same. But a percentage of the sale will actually go to support Category 5 Technology TV and our other shows. I say Tech TV because this is really our biggest show as far as the network is concerned. So thank you to everyone who does that. If you haven't done that yet, please consider it. And of course, our patrons, those who faithfully stand by us month after month and say, look, I want to give $1 an episode for this, or I want to give even 25 cents an episode. There's power in numbers, and the more people who decide to do that, the more our day-to-day expenses will be covered. And then when things like this happen, where we need new light bulbs that are $45 a piece, and we need 9 of them, and we I bought 4 to get us so that we can get a little more
Back
light
up.
in here. Yeah,
Standard.
we got to get back up to it, and so those kinds of things are in above and beyond the expense of our normal what we expect with rent and studio internet and things like that. So if you haven't become a patron and you're curious about what that means, you can go to our website, category5.tv, and again, under Support Us, you'll see all different cool ways to support the show and the network, and Patreon is one of the ways that you can do that. And thank you to everyone who is supporting us and has supported us in the past as well. So that's enough of the money talk. Has to be said.
Right.
But thank you. Thank you.
Truth be told, we all love what we do.
Absolutely.
Like, we love it.
Yeah, we're here
and
because of that.
Exactly. It's not about the money in any way.
No.
Except that it's necessary.
No.
We
about the money.
Gotta keep it running.
We gotta eat food, right? Food's kind of a good thing, you know.
Right.
So
Well, we don't even do food. I mean, Category 5 does admittedly buy us a can of coffee every few months.
yeah, that's about it.
So, you know,
My heart is made 1/3 of coffee.
well,
so
there you
it's
go.
very
so you're keeping
important.
Sasha going. So those kinds of expenses, we don't. I don't take everybody out to dinner, as nice as that would be.
You should, though.
But
No,
good,
I'm just kidding.
Good idea, Henry. Good idea. That would be coming out of my pocket if we did, and I would love to do that. But all right.
Okay.
So moving on, tonight we've got a lot of fun for you. We're going to be looking at how you can actually kind of keep track of what your site visitors are doing on your website. But it takes a unique approach. We're going to talk all about it in just a couple moments' time. But essentially, you think about the user experience on your website. What is it like for the user? I, as the programmer, think, oh, this is great. I'll put this there and this here.
Right.
Well, what does the user think? We're going to get to see right after the break. Stick around. Jeff Weston,
Yeah, man.
you're building a brand new, beautiful website,
What?
aren't you?
No. Am I?
Oh, you're a terrible actor.
What?
This is where acting comes into play.
Oh, I didn't know we were acting.
You're supposed to act.
Okay, fair enough. All right.
Yeah, I'm building a really cool website. Are you building a really cool website? You need hosting. One of the things about a hosting account is you don't want to have limitations put on your website.
It's true.
How much hard drive space do you have? How many email accounts? How many domains can point to it? Well, we've got an amazing deal for you. For a very limited time, cat5.tv/dreamhost, for just $5 and a bit of change per month, you are going to get unlimited website hosting, unlimited email accounts on that hosting service. You are also going to receive a free domain name.
Ooh.
So your own .com
Nice.
to put that amazing website that you've been working on
It's true.
there. If you want to build a WordPress site, fine. Sign up, cat5.tv/dreamhost.
Just don't put Panama Papers on it.
Just don't do it. But hey, it's a great deal, folks. Best deal you're going to find. $5 and change per month. Go to cat5.tv/dreamhost. Welcome back. This is Category 5 Technology TV. Our website is category5.tv. And tonight, as a web developer myself, I mean, you look at category5.tv, and that's, you know, my baby. That's something that I put together, the infrastructure, the back end, how it works. But as the developer, I can sometimes miss out on things like bugs.
Right.
I don't see it the way that the end user sees it. I see a lot of code. I might miss out on the fact that maybe it's hard to find the local show times because we've got the local show times tucked away down in the footer. Maybe I need to learn that, hey, I could move that up to the top somewhere, and then people would be able to find the show times in their region a lot simpler. Now, one of the ways that we can do this, of course, is a focus group. You get a bunch of people together, you get them to go on your website, and you observe them as they go about doing all the things on your website and see how the experience is for them. It's a real eye-opener so that you can see, you know, what is this website like for my users. But that can be expensive, and it can be hard to get people together, and who has the time, and so on and so forth. And this is a focus group. Realistically, these are not your real diehard users.
Right.
So there are analytics. You can use like Google Analytics, and that service allows you to kind of see a breakdown of how things look from, you know, what did they click on, what did they do while they're on your website. But you need to be able to generate reports and figure it out. Wouldn't it be nice if you could put a camera over the shoulder of every single person who goes to your website and see what they go through, see what they click on, see if they get frustrated and start rage clicking because they can't find what's going on or they can't figure out why the button doesn't work? Wouldn't that be nice?
That'd
Wouldn't
be
it?
cool.
Is there a
Wouldn't
way?
There is a way. We're not going to be all creepy and put a camera in their bedroom. That's not how this works. But we're going to look at a service tonight that starts out as a free service. And what I mean by that is if you've got a blog, if you've got a website that doesn't have an astronomical amount of traffic, you're going to be able to use the free service absolutely fine. Now, if you're a bigger site, say a news site that gets millions of hits, well, then you're going to want to invest in paying for their commercial services. That's cool. Now, they do offer a free trial of the professional service, but we're going to be looking at the free service tonight just to show you what this can do for you. The product that we're looking at is fullstory.com. So let's bring that up on my computer here. Welcome to fullstory.com. Now, this is going to tell you a little bit about it. You know, is this all just fancy, and they've put together a video, and who knows how real this really is. But let's actually sign up for an account. So you can go through the steps of, now look at the pricing and everything like that. There's the professional account, which includes all these kinds of features and is $200 a month. But lo and behold, there's a free service, and the free service includes all these features. Now, I do encourage you to support any of the services that you use and love, but I understand too that you may have a smaller website, or you may just want some insight into, you know, the next 10 days of what people are going to be doing on your website because you've just developed a new website. What's it like for the new user? What a great idea to roll out your new website, add Full Story to the header, and then you've got a chance to actually have that focus group with your real life users. So this is just kind of an introduction to the features, and it shows you what this service is not going to have. So the free service is lacking click maps, which show you basically where people click in a map format. So think of a heat map where you can see
that's interesting.
They click on that so much that it's red, right? So that's a little bit different. It is not going to show you GeoIP and all that kind of stuff, domain IP. Error clicks, which would be like, I guess, a 404 or things that, oh no, this is stuff that produces a JavaScript error. So this is, so it looks like the free version is more to just kind of see what's going on your website, but not necessarily analyze the code, because that's another thing this can be used for. Are there bugs on my website that I'm not seeing? We have a website with thousands of pages because we've got so much video there. Well, I don't know if something from season 2 is, you know, when you click on it, it crashes out your browser. Unless someone tells me that, I'm not going to realize it. So Full Story is going to help me with that. So we know about the pricing, and we know that there is a free version available. So up here, we can just enter our email address, and by doing that, it's going to pop us a quick email that allows us to activate our trial account. Now, the trial account, again, is like a trial version of the professional edition of Full Story. But when it runs out, they're going to need you to start paying for it. That's the $200 a month thing. So during that trial version, if you're interested in, you know, if you're looking for the professional version, sure, go ahead and do it. But if you're just looking for the free version, you can actually downgrade to the free version during the trial with no fear of having to pay, and you're not going to have to enter a credit card or anything. So just for the sake of demonstration, I've kind of expedited things by signing up, and when I clicked on the authentication email, it actually took me to this form that allows me to log in with my Google account. And I'm like, hey, that's easy enough. So I just click on it and say, okay, well, let's log in. And boom, I am into Full Story. So welcome to Full Story, folks. Now, you'll notice that, first of all, I've already added the header code to my website so I could start to track what's going on our website. I'm going to show you how to do that. When you first log in, this panel is going to be absolutely empty. So you click on Settings, and there is your recording snippet. So this allows you to basically put that camera over the shoulder of your site visitors, copy this code, and simply throw it into the header of your website. So if you go to category5.tv, and then I'll do a Control-U to see the header, and I should see something here for Full Story. See that? Fullstory.com. Now I'm using RocketScript, so it condenses and minifies, so it looks a little bit different than the copy and paste, but that is the actual code that I've pasted into the header for the sake of this demonstration, and just so that we can see how Full Story works. So now if you go to category5.tv and you start looking around, I'll give you an example. I installed this week, and I had not yet added Category 5's episode 502 to the website. So Full Story allowed me to see that a user had discovered that the top right module here that says Technology TV episode 503 live right now, normally there's a countdown there. Now it said 502 was going to be live tonight. Well, 502 already happened that night. But because I hadn't uploaded it yet, my website thought 502 hadn't happened yet. So then I realized, oh, there's a bug there. I need to accommodate the fact that, okay, the show has happened. We have not yet uploaded it. It still thinks that 502 is to come. So that was a bug that I discovered thanks to Full Story. I would never have seen that.
Yeah.
So that's kind of one of the advantages to it as well. It's interesting to me, too, to find out that your eyes are somehow associated and connected to your mouse.
Right.
You've never realized this, but when you start watching Full Story, you realize people actually move their mouse to the things that they're reading, to
That's
the things that
really
they're doing.
neat,
It's
actually.
really interesting.
Wow.
Try to catch yourself. See if when you're reading news stories, where's your mouse cursor? I don't think you move it off to the side and put your hands behind your back. It's a fact. I see it, and maybe we'll get to glean some of that tonight as we look at fullstory.com. But people do tend to point to stuff. So that bug was brought to my attention as the user, in fact, placed their mouse cursor over the episode number over here on the right-hand side and kind of moved their mouse around in such a way that I realized they were frustrated with something or couldn't figure something out. And they started scrolling up and down, and you could tell they were looking for episode 502.
Huh.
Really cool stuff. So let's get a look at what it looks like from the administrator's perspective. So we're not spying on any private information here. This is literally this is the information of what are they seeing in their web browser. So that said, if you have a login system or anything that displays private information, confidential information, please be mindful of that when you install this plugin. You can actually block Full Story from seeing some content. You can block it from recording certain content, and that's important as you set this up if you have a site that has that kind of private information. Now, our website, the advantage to us is that we do not collect or show any private information on the screen, plus anything that is shown on the screen is something that I'm going to know anyways. For example, if somebody were to send in a viewer question, they might go to the Contact Us form, and yes, they will enter their email address. But I'm the one who receives that email. I'm also the one who's going to see the Full Story output. So there's nothing there that is private that I am not already privy to. So that one private thing is not something that I really need to be concerned with, but I could block it if I wanted Full Story not to have access to that data. Okay, so this is what it looks like now that it's plugged in. Now you'll see that Toronto has connected in here on the right-hand side. That might be me because we're on LTE. So there's somebody in Londonderry, someone in Vancouver, someone in Chicago, and someone in Los Angeles on the website. So if I click play on this, and notice it's just user 483, doesn't give me any real information that's identifying. It's just the ability to sort of see what's going on. Shows me where they're located, and let's see what it shows us.
I feel like now's a really good time for everybody to get on the website.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Start clicking around.
Spam the website right now.
So you notice how right now they're just kind of sitting there on that page. So I can click on skip inactivity because it's orange down there, and so that tells me that there is some inactivity going on. I can press skip inactivity, and it's going to push right over that. Now that user didn't really do much. They probably went to the website and clicked on live.
Right.
Right up at the top,
okay.
right? Because that makes sense. That is what someone might do in this instance. So I'm going to fast forward a little bit here, go back in time a little bit to well before the show. Let's jump to 5:04 p.m. when we had someone from Walsall on the website on a Windows computer. So again, nothing personally identified, but this is what they saw. So there's their mouse. That's not mine. See that mouse that just kind of moved around? So they're going through the menu. I can see they're going to shop with our partners.
Oh, good.
Thank you.
That's awesome.
And now, see their mouse? They're looking at Amazon. I guarantee it. See?
Oh, super.
Now they're looking at eBay. See how they're it's so
deciding.
interesting. It's almost like, and now they've clicked on Amazon.co.uk. So if that was you, thank you. But how cool that, oh, maybe they're dragging some links up to their toolbar, to their bookmark bar. And that's the end of the session. So that's all that was recorded in that particular session.
Super cool.
You see how the eye moved to Amazon, and so did the mouse. The eye moved to eBay, and so did the mouse. So jumping back just a little bit here, let's see what else we can find. So
Yeah, show me more.
So interesting, though.
It really is. And from a UX standpoint, okay, so here's somebody, it looks like maybe it doesn't seem, I haven't figured out why sometimes it's just like an instant. maybe it was detected as a bot. Maybe it was something that
crawler,
they clicked on a particular link that took them straight to the content, something like that.
Sometimes I go on the website to just check the past episodes to see what shirt I've worn in the
there
past
you
couple of weeks.
So that was you.
Make sure I don't
That
wear
was
the
you.
same
Okay.
shirt a couple of days in a row.
Yeah.
It's like, no, we're safe.
Now here's somebody looking at the Pixel Shadow website as well and uploading a skin. So you can add more than one website. So I've added that that header code to more than one website, but we're just focused on Category 5 TV tonight. So here's somebody here at about noon today. See their mouse cursor there? So they're reading one of your news stories there, Sasha. Here are the stories we're following this week. And okay, now they've jumped up to the top. What are they going to do? The intense... Oh, you know what? See, because YouTube is an embed, an iframe, pardon me, it's an iframe, we cannot see that they're actually watching a YouTube video in the middle there, right below the title of the page. So on our website, that's where the video is displayed. But here, we don't see that because YouTube cross-domain security policies. So we just see a white square. Now here's somebody looking at our statistics. Viewer locations for the last 30 days, and they're scrolling up and down currently viewed videos, and so obviously pausing there to read what the episode is about, see what's going on. So you can see the benefit of this. Now here on the network, now they've stopped there on New Every Day, and there's the Ubuntu image has kind of stood out to them, or Point Linux, I guess it was. There's Sasha, and now, boom, clicking on creating screencast tutorials in Linux with me and Krista, and there they are. So now the video is playing there, and they've got their mouse hovered over the full screen button, I would assume, because that's about where it would be. And then it skipped over because we've got it set to skip inactivity, and they probably watched the video at that point. And here they are looking again at our statistics. So we have to hope that this is somebody who's interested in advertising on our network.
Yes.
So how cool is that? It's called fullstory.com. There is a version that's absolutely free, and that's what we're evaluating tonight. And so please do check it out.
It was the Foo from the chat room.
The chat room just happened to be.
It was.
You recognize that session? Was that you? And is everything that I'm saying correct? Did you notice how your mouse cursor was going to the right spot? And so what are the chances? Here we are. And there are hundreds of. I just added the code the other day. I've got hundreds of videos to watch.
That is
such a helpful system. Not everyone needs this, but if you're a developer, if you're looking to build a better user experience, what a great way to gauge what the users are actually going through, to find those little bugs, to find little quirks about your website. And when you're done observing, you can turn it off. And then you can turn it back on the next time you do a big site overhaul. And it's important to note along that vein, Full Story will not have a performance impact on your website. How fantastic is that? So check it out. It's fullstory.com. If you love it, hey, give us a thumbs up, and make sure you post your comments below as well. This is Category 5 Technology TV. You breathed in like you were going to say something, so I paused.
Oh, no.
No? That was literally just a breath.
I was really just trying not to cough. I have a little tickle.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Sorry. Take a sip of your coffee.
More coffee.
Super great idea. Sorry.
Check out our website, please, and thank you, so that we can watch you. No, it's category5.tv. Hope you enjoy the programming that we offer. It is provided absolutely free. You can download HD video via BitTorrent if you'd like. Go to torrent.category5.tv or follow the links right on our website as well.
Side note about that program, I really like the looks of the little avatars. I liked how they're
cute.
super cute. It's a very good looking
It just
program.
randomly picks a cute little avatar for you.
That graphic design, just 10 out of 10.
He's like, wait a minute, that looks just like me.
Oh, wait
a minute.
Yeah.
I don't even know what it was. I don't even know what it was. All right, well, we're going to jump right over to your newsroom. You've got some great stories for us tonight that you're telling us about, so I'll let you take it away.
Let's get on in there.
Oh, and I should mention before we start, you notice the drones all around us? Ooh. We're gonna be talking
Could there be a story about drones?
Could there? I think she's hinting.
Okay. Here are the stories we're covering this week in the Category5.tv newsroom. Based on a new proposal, drone pilots in the EU now have to register for all drones over 9 ounces. Another use for 3D printers at home as a university student prints his way to a better smile. Binaural 3D sound will make the new Doctor Who episode terrifying. An amazing step in bionic hands has been announced, and a new camera developed in Sweden is faster than any photography gear on the planet. These stories are coming right up. Don't go anywhere.
Now here's another great way you can support the shows you love from the Category 5.tv network by shopping at GearBest.
That's right, Jeff. cat5.tv/GearBest. It's an online store for the geek streak in you.
Or the loved ones.
Well, of course. I mean, especially your loved ones, right? Because cat5.tv/GearBest, quite frankly, has all of the greatest tech gifts that you could ever hope for at rock-bottom prices.
Do they have cell phones?
You betcha. Cat5.tv/GearBest has a wide assortment of unlocked Android cell phones and tablets.
What about consumer electronics? Those make a great gift.
Absolutely. From high-tech watches to action cameras, headphones, even virtual reality headsets. Cat5.tv/GearBest has you covered. They literally have it all, Jeff. Literally.
Really?
It's like a superstore right from the comfort of your own chair at your computer through the interweb.
Yeah. There's no way they have it all.
It's true.
It's just a bunch of random electronics.
Test me.
What about clothes?
Yep. Both men and women, fashionable apparel at rock-bottom super-duper prices.
Kind of like this?
Well, look at this coat. What do you think? It's a slimming mock leather jacket.
I love it.
It's available for less than $30 plus free shipping at cat5.tv/GearBest.
All right. You kind of got me there.
Wow. Any other questions for me, Jeff?
Now that the winter has passed, flying season. Do they have any good deals on, say, drone copters?
Oh my goodness! Well, check this out. Dude, they have everything. Check out over 500 various drones. And not only that, they're available marked down by about 30 to up to 63% off the regular price.
Love it. What's the website again?
Well, you're going to find GearBest on our partners pages for any of your favorite Category 5 TV shows like New Every Day, Category 5 Technology TV, The Pixel Shadow. But of course, if you want to shop absolutely right now and you want to go straight to the site, all you have to do is visit cat5.tv/GearBest.
See, that's easy. cat5.tv/GearBest.
That's right. Happy shopping.
I'm Sasha and here are the top stories for the week of May 10th, 2017. The European Aviation Safety Agency is proposing rules on the use of small drones that would include requirements for operators of all but the smallest devices to register with authorities. The European Union's Civil Aviation Agency said Friday that its proposal would allow member countries the flexibility to define areas where drones are prohibited or where some requirements are relaxed. Operators of drones, except those lighter than 250 grams, would be obliged to register with the authorities. The proposal also sets out technical and operational requirements for the unmanned aircraft. EASA says it plans to submit a final plan to the EU's Executive Commission at the end of this year after receiving feedback on its proposal. Wow, so that would mean 250 grams. That's just small.
That sounds small.
Wow.
If only we had a repository of many types of drones that we could see how much is 250 grams. Oh,
look,
and
there's
a scale.
Here.
a random scale has
Oh,
appeared.
it just happened to be there.
Looky here.
I'm curious because 250 grams does sound like a small drone. Like how heavy is Buzz? This is
My
your-
Phantom 3. It's technically like 2 pounds. So
2 pounds?
it's like 1,000. I don't know. I don't know metric
They
slash
keep doing this.
imperial.
9 ounces.
Yeah.
250 grams. 2 pounds.
No.
Ounces.
It is good thing that we have Google in our world. Okay, so I'm going to start with a teeny drone.
Okay.
Okay, so I have set the tear mass. It shows 0 grams right now. Let's actually...
Actually show it, yeah.
okay, so
Okay.
here we go.
Go.
Teeny drone is 13 grams. Okay, so teeny drones, we do not have to license.
They're safe.
Thankfully, your nano drones
Imagine
are
if
okay.
you had to. Wow.
Imagine if Oh my.
That's
okay.
a lot of paperwork.
What's next?
Let's jump a step up. We've got a navigator. This is awesome. This is a hexacopter.
Oh, it's a baby
Let's see.
hexacopter.
Oh, look at how adorable that is.
Oh.
Do you want to see?
Okay.
Here, I'll get it for you. This, like the CX Star, has the case in the controller.
So fancy.
And it has the hex. Okay, I'm going to put it on there so that I can take a video of it for you. That's what it looks like. Ooh, ah.
So shiny.
Super pretty.
And it is 13 grams. Beautiful. Okay, we do not have to register our navigator.
Okay, so we're safe. We can go
250
flying.
grams is the cutoff.
250. Okay, and this
Yeah.
is 13, so we are golden
Okay.
So far. Knock on wood.
so far. Now we're dealing with some pretty teeny things.
Hence the name.
So
Teeny
then-
drones.
Yeah. Okay, I'm just going to set that aside. Hello. What do we got next?
What have you next?
That's an H101 from Fleurion. It still feels light. Let's throw
Just
it on
float
in the
away.
box. Let's throw it on in the box and see. That's only 200 grams in the box.
Okay, so
Okay,
you should
so
be
it's
safe.
We know that one's good. What's next? Okay, we've got what I call the spider.
It looks like a
The
tarantula.
E20. It really does. This thing is sweet to fly, Henry.
It's just like a cloud. Controlling a cloud.
Never been opened. Oh, it's definitely teeny tiny. It's not gonna weigh a ton. I'm gonna have to
hope
put it
not.
outside. Yeah, a ton.
Yeah.
That one is 53 grams. Now I'm pushing down with the cable.
It's like add weight.
I'm stuck. Oh my gosh. Not pre-planned. Okay. So that one we know we're good.
Okay.
How big do you need to be to have to license these things?
What
now?
about
It's not really size, it's mass.
It's weight. So
What about this?
batteries, you think this one?
Physics.
This one here, that's pretty heavy. That's the Microdrone 3.0.
Oh, yeah.
It's got the separate batteries and everything.
Yeah. I remember this guy.
Yeah, he's a
good flyer.
Yeah.
Jinx.
The drone itself is pretty light. So, of course, when it's in the air, it's going to have a battery as well. Do we have batteries in here? Oh, I hope so. We don't. So the weight is all
would
that
the weight
controller.
would the weight have to be with or without the battery? Probably
With battery.
with the
Because-
battery.
Unless
Anything
it
in the
like
air.
flies without a battery. That'd be
Right.
She's only 50 grams without the battery. I can't see a battery being 200 grams.
cool. I don't know. Batteries.
We're
these
safe with the
days.
Microdrone. And kind of probably our biggest toy flyer. I don't even know what this is. EA Sheen E30.
Okay.
Let's get it out there. Ooh, she's black. That's fancy.
It's like a really, really small Phantom 3 Pro, but in like a black plastic. And
Keen
small.
observation.
I don't know. It might
Does
be
it
a
come
green
with-
plastic.
Oh, it does have a very small battery in there.
Okay.
But
So
it's,
it's all
it's a
set.
slightly larger quad.
Right.
So let's throw that on there. And we are still safe, folks. So it looks like if I
Toy
bring this up,
drones need
toy
not.
drones are going to be safe.
Toy drones need
So it looks
not
like
be
you're okay.
licensed.
Yeah, 103 grams. So that one's a little bit heavier, but we're still golden. So hey, if you're flying these guys, I think you're going to be okay.
Right.
Once you get into the larger, more professional drones,
They'll need a license.
you're going to need to license that under the new rules.
So now really the motivation will be for drone manufacturers to find a really good lightweight material.
You're going to see a lot of crazy awesome drones coming out at 243
Space.
grams.
They'll be like injected with like, I don't know, like helium inside the drone itself.
Can you imagine?
Helium drone.
Helium drone?
Looks weird with the balloon on top.
Right.
That's
I
hilarious.
once bought a tank of helium and it was super light when I bought it, and then I filled a bunch of balloons and I went to go move the tank, and the tank was so heavy.
Really?
The helium
When it was empty?
Yeah.
Oh my.
It was such a mind trip.
That's crazy.
Aw.
Okay.
Man.
All right, back to the news. An undergraduate at New Jersey Institute of Technology made his own plastic braces using a 3D printer, $60 of materials, and a healthy dose of ingenuity, and they actually worked. Amos Dudley had braces in middle school, but he didn't wear a retainer like he was supposed to, so his teeth slowly shifted back. He didn't want to shell out thousands of dollars for a whole new round of braces, so the digital design major decided to make his own. On his blog, Dudley wrote that he was an unlikely combination of two things. He was broke, and he had access to a high-quality 3D printer through his university. He took full advantage of this. The process wasn't exactly easy. He had to research orthodontic procedures and plot the route of his successive braces so his teeth would move in the right way. But once that was done, all it took was fabricating a series of models out of relatively inexpensive plastic and then following through on wearing them. And it was worth it for Dudley, whose smile turned out looking remarkable. Now,
Unreal.
we have a good old before and after of this, right?
Yeah, it was
That's
up on the
awesome.
screen, so you folks saw that.
Yeah.
But here's the before.
Yeah.
And
Smile.
now I can see that he's got the retainer on the top teeth there.
Okay, yeah.
It really reminds me of Invisalign. And I'm not
Okay.
sure if it's a patented technology, so I don't know if we're going to see his, invention or idea go to, the mass market, because does Invisalign have a patent on that? I'm not sure.
I don't know.
The invisible braces, but that's
You'll show me
exactly
the
what that
after,
looks like.
right?
So that's
Yeah.
the before.
Okay.
All right, and there's the after.
Oh,
No way.
look at that
That
smile.
is
have it.
awesome.
Isn't that cool?
I hope that he made that a project. Like, I hope that
Yeah.
was his.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he got his doctorate in that or something.
Just like master's thesis. I can do this now.
That's right.
That's awesome.
And look at him smile.
Amazing.
Cool stuff.
$60 worth of materials.
I know, and they are so expensive. I mean, you try to correct a smile,
Right.
it is very expensive.
Wow. That is great. Okay. With this week's episode of Doctor Who, you're going to need headphones to take in the full spectacle. Knock Knock, Season 10's 4th episode, will be a brief slide into the horror genre, helped along by binaural 3D sound technology. As Radio Times reported, this week's episode of Doctor Who, Knock Knock, will feature the show's first ever 3D sound experience with the help of binaural recordings and the BBC iPlayer. Binaural recording is a method of audio recording using two microphones instead of one, which gives the listener the sensation of actually being in the room with the characters. It's similar to the technology used in IMAX theaters and at-home 3D stereo systems. So the first knock on screen might sound like it's to your left, while the one right after might switch to sounding like it's behind you. It's a technique guaranteed to send shivers up your spine when used in the horror genre, and that's exactly what the 4th episode seems to be aiming for. The binaural edition won't air on television, but it seems likely that it will be available for purchase on iTunes at a later date.
That is awesome. You know what I love about this is binaural audio does not require surround sound. It does not require speakers all around you. It simply requires that you have a nice pair of headphones.
Right now,
That's
you have made binaural recordings.
Yeah, I do binaural nature sounds.
Yes.
And in fact, if you go to our website, category5.tv, you can look at episode number 1 of the show, where I demonstrate how to, in fact, build your own binaural recording rig.
That's so cool.
It comes complete with audio samples. So put on your headphones, go to our website, category5.tv, do a quick search for DIY 3D microphone. And you'll be able to hear that on your headphones. And it's neat because it's true. You actually, think about this for a second. And I talk about this on that episode. So not to be redundant, I know you're going to go watch it right after the show. But if I go like this, where am I
Right.
clicking?
Right.
It's so wild to me that our ears, even though there are only 2 of them, we can
It's
hear
like depth
dimension.
perception. That's so interesting.
How does that work?
It really changes your actual viewer experience. I mean, your
Sure.
listening experience, I suppose, in this case, because I know in my apartment we have a stereo system set up where
You have to have speakers all around you?
We have speakers
Okay.
all around us, and when we're watching something, when Dave's playing a video game. Where there's a bonfire, in Dark
right.
Souls, and he walks around it. You can really hear the crackling everywhere.
Right.
That is incredible.
Here's the difference, though. That's surround sound.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Binaural takes advantage of the fact that we only have 2 ears anyways.
Right.
We don't need 7 speakers around us.
Right.
We only have 2 ears. So they put 2 speakers, one on each ear, your headphones, and record it in such a way that it emulates the fact, do it. Go like this. and you hear where that's coming from around you, and it's amazing. And so binaural audio takes advantage of that.
That's so awesome. So that everybody can have the experience of having that, but here.
On your headphones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing.
And
You can have it on your smartphone.
Well, you aren't going to wake up the whole house now when you're playing like Call of Duty and there's an
There you go.
explosion or something. You just put your headphones on.
Right.
You're all set.
Do check out the show episode 1,
Do it.
and you'll learn all about binaural audio and get to hear it.
A bionic hand that sees objects and instantly decides what kind of grip to adopt has been developed by scientists. A computer uses a camera to assess an object's shape and size and then to trigger the correct movement to pick it up. The technology was developed at Newcastle University and has been trialed by a small number of amputees. Dr. Kanush Nazapur, a senior lecturer in biomedical engineering at the university, says that the bionic hand can respond automatically. The device could spark a new generation of prosthetic limbs, giving the wearer the ability to grip objects without the use of their brain, researchers say. Dr. Nazapur said prosthetic limbs have changed very little in the past 100 years. Responsiveness has been one of the main barriers to artificial limbs. The hand reacts within milliseconds and performs 4 different grasps suitable for picking up a cup, holding a TV controller, and gripping objects with a thumb and 2 fingers or a pinched thumb and first finger. That's actually super incredible personally because my mom, she was born with only one arm, right? So she actually doesn't wear the prosthetic limb because it doesn't make any sense to her because it's not really super functional.
Can't do a whole lot with it, eh?
Right? And because she was born that way, she's not an amputee, so it's not like there's a lot of I guess this would work in the situation because she wouldn't need the nerve connections or any sort of weird.
So it's almost as if the hand has its own mind and knows kind of what it can do. Yeah. So if you reach out, I can subconsciously reach out and pick up my mug. And,
it just happens.
And it just happens. So to have a hand that has the technology to be able to do that same thing without me having to think about it.
Right, so you get close to it and then it does the appropriate thing.
Yeah.
Until it doesn't do the appropriate
thing.
Pull the wings off moths and...
I promise I didn't do that. I meant to wing. I meant to wing you.
Oh, boy.
Okay, a new camera.
Take a breath. And the news.
And back to the news. A new camera developed in Sweden is faster than any photography gear on the planet. Researchers at Sweden's Lund University built a crazy fast camera that can capture a staggering 5 trillion frames per second. Or events as 5 trillion. Okay, or events as short as 0.2 trillionths of 1 second. At that speed, it is able to capture video of light in flight.
Wow.
I know. That is like mind-boggling to me. With the new high-speed film camera, the researchers plan to film rapid processes in chemistry, biology, and physics that are otherwise impossible to capture in photos or videos. The folks responsible for the development are currently shooting video and will be releasing several samples this fall.
Neat.
I can only imagine how cool it's going to be to see that in just even nature films, right?
How long would you have to wait for 1 second of time to pass?
Too long.
Like hours and hours just to see what normally happens in a flash. But that's interesting that they would use it for biology and processes that normally happen so quickly that you can't see them.
Mm-hmm. So
explosions, implosions.
I love science.
Very cool.
Thanks for watching the Category5.tv newsroom. Don't forget to like and subscribe for all your tech news with a slight Linux bias. And for more free content, be sure to check out our website. From the Category5.tv newsroom, I'm Sasha Dermatis.
Thanks, Sasha. This is Category 5 Technology TV, our website, category5.tv. We've got your viewer mail. Thank you, everyone, for participating in our contest, which is still going on. It's called the Category5.tv Treasure Chest, and you can win any one of your favorite prizes. We've got a chest full of gear. We've talked about it on the show in the past. We're going to talk about it coming up. But basically, you open the chest if you win, and you get to choose which prize you'd like to walk away with. So in order to participate in that contest, all you have to do is email contest at category5.tv. And when you do that, just tell us a little bit about what you love about the show and what brings you to Category 5 TV. So, Sasha, I'll get you to read what Dooley DeVulcan sent in.
Dooley DeVulcan says, I found Category 5 after installing a Roku during Season 6, I think. I didn't get to watch many live shows because of my work schedule at the time. Now I just have to remember the correct day. I really love... Yeah, so does Robbie.
Should I just mention? Yeah, come on now. It was Tuesdays for so many years.
I know.
Dooley DeVulcan, you can do a couple of different things, but subscribe to our iCal. Go on to category5.tv and click on for our calendar, or a quick link is cat5.tv/calendar, and that will take you to our Google Calendar, and you can subscribe, and it will alert you. How cool is that?
Very cool.
That's probably the easiest way. Right
So
now.
Dooley DeVulcan also says, I really love the show because it feels like and reminds me of the 16-line BBS I was a member of back in the day.
Wow.
Yeah, chat and talk about tech and computers. You don't demonstrate at doing something, you actually are doing it, which includes failures.
Hey.
Bringing us back to that show that we will
never
not
happened. Never happened.
Nice.
I'm sure some viewer will experience the same failure, and then you fix it and get around it somehow. It's a great show, and you're all very likable people. Thank you.
Thanks.
Some tech people broadcast, and the main thing you hear is their keyboard because they use a laptop and the built-in mic that gets every mechanical sound the system makes.
Yeah.
You not only listen to suggestions, but you even ask for feedback, any feedback you can get. Thanks to the whole crew, and keep up the great work.
Thanks, Dooley DeVulcan.
Thank you
Means
so
a lot.
much.
Appreciate it.
We love you,
You're
Dooley.
awesome.
Henry, there's one from Ron Morissette. Can you take that one for me?
I sure can.
Hey, Ron.
Let's see. Hi, Ron. How are you doing out there? It's good. It's good to see you. All right. So Ron says, I have been a huge fan of the Category 5 TV show. Awesome. That's awesome. Thank you.
Thanks, man.
So for many years now, even my wife enjoys the show, especially since the episodes you and Sasha, they did on the Raspberry Pi. So like since you guys started that.
Yeah.
So because he says my grandson and I
Our music feature.
That's
how to create
right.
a music server.
in the way back when.
Yeah.
No, because Ron says my grandson and I are also big fans of the Pixel Shadow now.
Oh, cool.
Thanks to you.
It's another
And-
one of our shows for those of you who aren't familiar with
on the Category 5 network.
Yes.
Whole network of shows. Thank you and Mangle Fox 70. I'm working towards changing my main desktop computer to Ubuntu. Awesome.
Nice.
I just need to buy another hard drive to back up my data. I am also working on using a Raspberry Pi as an open VPN server. That's a cool project.
Yeah.
Let us know how that goes, by the way. My wife and I are both Patreons. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Ron.
Of the show.
And wife.
And everyone else.
Yeah.
I have placed your affiliate link to blank on my desktop for easy access every time I order something from Amazon. Again, thank you so much.
I think that said originally, because I did read this,
Yeah.
the affiliate link to Amazon.
Yeah, because there's like a big blank in the script right now.
Apparently, I'm out of blue ink.
Ron, he messed it up, not me. So, like, just for the record,
link was in blue
I
ink.
love your show and everything that you guys do.
Oh, cheers.
And how the show has improved over the years, and your new co-host Henry. Aww, Henry's just so
Henry.
cool, man.
Made mention of
just
Henry.
kidding. No, thanks, man. And we miss Jeff. Jeff will hopefully be back soon.
He
too.
will be back.
He is planning
soon.
on it.
Yeah, don't worry. Jeff's not gone anywhere. He's,
Oh, no.
He's here. He's just has that invisible cloaking thing on right now. We miss
He's still
Jeff,
on that
but we
beach.
especially love Sasha. Sasha's getting all the love, man.
Thank
Just kidding.
you.
No, don't. Thank you so much, guys. Like it really does mean a lot, and thank you for your comment about me. It means a lot. Sorry, I'm so
Cheers, everybody.
self-
Thank you so much for sending in your contest entries. Again, send them to contest@category5.tv. We're getting a large list of folks that have qualified for this contest, and pretty soon we're going to be drawing those. So just to let you know, because people are starting to ask, well, when is the actual draw?
Right, exactly.
And that is coming. Now, we are just waiting for some of the product that's in transit. So once it's all here,
okay.
then we're going to be accumulating it. So some of the product is not yet physically ready to be
okay.
delivered. So we're just waiting for it all to arrive. Once it's here, that's when the draw is going to take place.
And we're going to
So-
do the
Oh,
draw
okay.
live, right?
We are going to do the draw live. There is a little bit of a surprise to it, so you're going to have to just cast your ballot and make sure you watch.
It's going to be fireworks.
Super.
It's going to be cool. Okay, so we've got another one here, and again, out of blue ink, Robbie. Isn't that funny? And I'm going to try to get this.
Well, okay.
There's another comment here that is in blue ink.
Office.
And I see it, but I don't have access to it, and so I'm actually going to open it up on my screen because I know you're sitting there, and there it is, blue ink. F.H. Tommy says,
Oh.
T. Smith from Mind Test is, yes, I knit.
Oh.
That's me.
Oh.
So this is F.H. Tommy from YouTube. So we've heard that name many times.
No
and
way.
T. Smith from Mind Test. We've heard of you many times. So it's interesting, isn't it? That we don't always make the connection because you're on YouTube, you're watching the different shows, you're playing Mind Test, and we've got all these different names. And so we try to make the connection. So thank you for clearing that up. And also says, yep, I'm a guy and I knit.
Very cool.
Heck yeah.
Cool.
You could have been a bald woman too.
I would love for you to send me a toque.
That'd be awesome.
Like a beanie or something
Just
to
big,
keep me
like a
warm.
big R for Robbie.
I'd need it. A nightcap would be fantastic. Just help me sleep.
It's going to happen now.
Cold winter Canadian nights.
Super duper love when people write in. Thank you.
Well, thank you, everybody, for participating in tonight's show and being here with us. Chat room, it is so good to see you. I didn't see any questions there. I do see the flood of messages that are going by. It's so great to see everybody. Very, very cool. Now, we have a product called NEMS that is the Nagios Enterprise Monitoring Server. Do you remember that? About 6 months ago, and I know that because it's on a 6-month release cycle.
Ooh.
NEMS was featured on the show. Now, NEMS 1.2 is released and in its final kind of unexpected bug fix phase because there were some little issues out the gate, but we're working through them. And NEMS is really, really cool if you want to monitor your home server, your computers, your network, if you want to take it to the enterprise level and monitor hundreds and hundreds of computers, see if the hard drives are failing or see if the CPU load is too high or the print spoolers are crashed and all this kind of stuff. Just is a dream for IT managers. It's called NEMS. You can find it on my blog at baldnerd.com/NEMS, N-E-M-S. And that actually runs on a Raspberry Pi 3.
Aww.
So this whole enterprise server for monitoring everything runs on a Pi.
This is starting to sound familiar.
Oh, remember?
It's working.
This is good.
It was pretty cool. It's pretty cool. But 1.2 is a huge improvement over 1.1. So much work went into it. I'm very, very excited about it. And the community is responding well as well. So do check it out, baldnerd.com/NEMS. And be mindful that we're just in the process of hooking up an interview so that we can talk to the original developer of Nagios Pi. And we're going to be premiering NEMS 1.2 on the show in the coming weeks. So really excited about that. I love doing Pi features and showing off some of the cool things that we do here as well. So, and that's a free product. So we not only give away free TV, we give away free distros and free this
stuff.
and anything we can. That's what we like to do around here. So, and I appreciate everyone who decides to do the same and give back to the show. And we couldn't do it without you. So thank you very much. And those of you just watching as well. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you.
But that's all the time we have. Can you believe?
How do hours go by so fast in
does it
this
happen?
hour, but then when I'm at work?
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Don't say it. Don't say it.
Or if I'm planking. If I'm at the gym and they're like, plank for 1
When
minute.
I'm planking,
It's a million years.
Yeah.
Yeah, you plank for 1 minute and it feels like it's 4
Now,
hours.
if you had a camera that could shoot trillions of frames per second, then you could make it look like you were planking for an hour.
For a million years.
And I start like immediately. Do you plank? Do you ever do it?
Oh yeah.
So
yeah.
I get down.
plank all
I
the
get down there and I start planking, and like within, I would say 4 seconds, I immediately start like my whole body shakes, like I'm vibrating because my muscles are like, no, I don't like.
Now,
that.
granted, I am planking on one of those vibrating, gyrating
my gosh.
rodeo horses, but
Seriously, try it.
what
like
is the purpose?
It's like
for
a
core
full
strength?
body core, like it's a core strength. It's kind of like in a sit,
I got plenty of
push up.
that.
It's in a push up position, so like you get some shoulder stuff going on. It's a seriously intense just subtle looking move for full body fitness.
I would look great in the plank position, Sasha. Thank you for the tip.
That's coming to the Category 5 TV network, right?
Some sort of
Sasha's
be our
workout.
new intro.
Plank. It was some
us
sort of
planking.
Yeah. Wasn't that a craze like a few years ago too? Like just planking.
That was a weird thing. This is not what I'm doing.
We're bringing it back.
Yeah,
No,
on
I'm just
tops of buildings or anything.
Yeah.
On that note, thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching, everybody, and I look forward to seeing you next Wednesday night. See ya.